Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, August 29th, 2023. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. I hope that everyone who started school yesterday had a great first day of school, and to those who are about to start today, here's to a fantastic year ahead. Anyhow, we do have a little bit of news, so let's get into it, shall we? Boy, a wild scene played out at the Applebee's in Gambrels on Sunday night. A 33-year-old female from Curtis Bay and her 13-year-old son were dining when the son got into an argument with an employee that turned physical. As the two were fighting, the mother pulled out a taser and began to arc it in the air and point it at other employees. Both mother and son made many threats to come back and, quote, shoot up the place, unquote. The Anne Arundel County Police did arrive, and they found that the mother had an outstanding warrant, and she and her son were both arrested and charged accordingly. So much for that being your neighborhood bar. Yesterday, the Anne Arundel County Health Department and the Anne Arundel County Public Library announced that they are once again expanding the gun lock program. Effective immediately, all 15 libraries will be distributing free gun safety locks. The program began in April at 3 libraries. In June, it expanded to 6, and now it is at all 15. You must be 18 years old to get them, and you are limited to 2 per household per day. To find out locations of libraries and the hours that they're open, you want to go to aacpl.net. The buses were rolling yesterday, and there was no shortage of drivers, a first in several years. Today there will be more on the road, but that does not mean that we do have enough drivers. There will be times when a route must be canceled due to illness, etc., and you can always check that out at aacps.org/buses. But now they have a new system that will alert you to any delays or cancellations via text message. So if there's an accident, if there's a sick driver, all the reasons that they delay or cancel them. You can sign up for these alerts at aacps.org/buses, and you do need to provide the bus number and the schools for which you do need an alert. It is available both in English and Spanish, so there is another tool to keep you all informed. And speaking of schools, this is some sort of discouraging news. Yesterday, the MSEA, or the Maryland State Education Association, released the results of a survey that found that nearly half of our teachers need to work a second job just to make ends meet. It also said that 90% have spent personal funds to buy classroom supplies. This has been the way it's been for a long time, and it's just not right. I mean, do you go into your office but swing by Office Depot on your way to buy copy paper and maybe some printer ink? No, nobody does that. We need to do better for our teachers. All right, and as we begin to wrap it up, I am about to say a dirty word: COVID. We've heard the news that cases are on the rise, and researchers at Hopkins are keeping an eye on it. They are cautious. There is a new variant out that has 30 mutations relative to the original, and what that means is that it is a very different animal than what's out there now, and is likely resistant to the immunity we've gained from exposures and vaccinations over the past couple years. But while they are still watching it, Hopkins says not to freak out. They do not see it getting out of hand, and while there will be more cases, there should not be a large increase in hospitalizations nor in severe cases. So let's just wait and see before anybody freaks out. Again, many thanks to all who continue to sign up for our daily news recap newsletter. We're trying to grow that subscription base and just installed a form on eyeonannapolis.net. If you subscribe, you may see it once and then it will go away and never come back. If you haven't subscribed, you'll see it once and then it'll come back periodically just to remind you and try to lure you in. If it gets in your way, you can just click that X and it'll go away. And if it really, really irritates you, get in touch with me, let me know, and we'll see if maybe we can come up with a plan B. If you aren't receiving the daily newsletter, there's a link right here to subscribe in the show notes. It is free, it's short, it's sweet, it comes to your email inbox every day at 7 p.m., and best of all, no pesky paywalls. And let your friends know about it too. Today for Ticket Tuesday, I got nothing for Rams Head on Stage, but I do know that they're going crazy making sure that the train is on the tracks for the Annapolis Songwriters Festival later on next month. So instead, I do have a pair of tickets to see Tartuffe on the opening weekend for Colonial Players. And you know what? I'm going to throw in a $25 gift card to Mother's Peninsula Grill as well. So that is dinner and a show for you. You want in? Get in touch with me and I may select you. And if you are looking for Rams Head shows, I bet we have some more for next Tuesday, but you do want to check out ramsheadonstage.com for all of the great shows that they have booked. All right, that is a wrap. But first, a quick thank you to you for listening and sharing and letting your friends and colleagues all know about us, and to our sponsors for the Daily News Brief, Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Solar Energy Services, Hospice of the Chesapeake, and Alpha Engineering. So now you just need to hang tight because we have George Young from DC MDVA Weather standing by with the only locally forecast weather report you will find. All that coming up in just a bit.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Have you been looking for ways to save money recently? Maybe you should consider solar energy for your home. Or are you waiting for the technology to get cheaper? If so, how long are you going to wait? Today's solar costs less than 20% of what it cost 10 years ago. But while solar prices have declined every year, so have the financial incentives. Bottom line, if you wait for cheaper solar, you're also waiting for lower incentives. Take my home, for example. My solar system was installed in 2010, and it's been paid off for almost 5 years, and I no longer have to buy any electricity for another 15 to 20 years. If I waited for cheaper solar, I'd still be paying an electric bill. At Solar Energy Services, we have thousands of satisfied customers who are sure glad they didn't wait. So what are you waiting for? Sunshine's a wasted. Call us today for a free solar design at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA Weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Tuesday, August 29th. Not a bad day for the Annapolis region yesterday weather-wise, with plenty of clouds and a few light rain showers, and we might see a bit more rain today in the mid to late PM hours, ahead of really nice conditions Thursday through Saturday, with a warm-up then likely Sunday and Monday. Look for highs today in the mid-80s or so, with a chance for some showers and storms later in the day, especially into the nighttime and overnight hours, with a lingering chance of a scattered shower or two Wednesday, with highs Wednesday again in the mid-80s or so. From there, expect sunny skies Thursday through Labor Day Monday, with highs Thursday and Friday only in the upper 70s to lower 80s, followed by low to mid-80s on Saturday, with upper 80s to lower 90s expected 4 p.m. highs Sunday and Monday to round out the long holiday weekend. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DC MDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to follow DC MDVA Weather on Facebook and Twitter for regular updates each day, along with the website at dcmdvaweather.info, so you can always stay weather informed.
The benefits of a good night's sleep are well documented. Sleeping well prevents weight gain, improves concentration and creativity, and boosts the immune system. So, what keeps you up at night? If you run a business, then the security of your computer network may be one of those things. Threats like ransomware and phishing are becoming increasingly sophisticated and pose a real risk to any business. Don't let these cyber threats keep you up at night. At Alpha, they've been helping their customers sleep better for over 30 years by monitoring in real time and hardening network defenses. And for those irritating IT issues that arise every day, Alpha's just a phone call away, helping your business run smoothly and helping you sleep better, knowing Alpha is on guard. Give Alpha a call to see if they can ease your worries and help you get the rest you deserve. Find them at alphagetsit.com.
Advanced illness decisions aren't always easy. Hospice of the Chesapeake, your hometown hospice, wants you to know you do have a choice over who provides care, what type of care, and when and where your loved one receives that care. Learn more at hospicechesapeake.org.
You've been listening to the Eye On Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye On Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.